I haven't used the fan oven in my kitchen for years, as it's too big and energy hungry for just one person, not to mention it takes 20 minutes to get up to temperature and 50% longer to cook anything than stated on every recipe and label. Whilst my cob barbecue means I can indulge in grilled and roasted delights in the summer, the Scottish winters are too cold and wet for barbecuing to be even vaguely amusing. So after abstaining from oven-cooked deliciousness for too long, I decided to buy an air fryer. I knew beforehand that I wanted an air fryer with a grill function and the capacity to cook for 1, 2 or even 3 people, as my children do occasionally visit. I also wanted an air fryer that was easy to clean. After much deliberation, I chose the 5.5 litre Russel Hobbs SatisFry Air and Grill MultiCooker at a lower price than this in the Black Friday sales. The bonus was that not only does it air fry and grill, but also has roast, bake, sear, 2 slow cook options and a keep food warm function, although as with all these things I do wonder if I will use more than 2 or 3 of these choices. It's rated at 1750 watts, which means it should also work with my EcoFlow Delta 2. In the box you get the air fryer, a copper coloured cooking pot and a grill plate. The SatisFry has heating elements in the base and in the lid, meaning that the cooking pot is double plus heated when air frying, grilling, roasting and baking, all the better to cook food more thoroughly. The fan is in the lid and there appears to be a button based switch underneath the cooking pot. If you choose grill or bake modes, there is a preheat cycle, and once the PRE display stops and the cooker beeps, then it's time to add your food of choice. The display functionality is relatively low tech, with the cooker always firing up in air fryer mode. You then use the up and down buttons to scroll through the other cooking options, and once you decide which one you want, then the choice is made by simply pressing the I button. Each preset has a default temperature setting which can be changed by pressing the up and down buttons and again selecting your choice using the I button. The default cooking time is then displayed and can be changed by guess what? Press the up and down buttons and use the I button to make your final choice. For me, the instructions are sufficiently simple and devoid of the usual post-purchase marketing vaporware to be quite useful. As well as explaining how to work the cooker, the instructions also include typical cooking times and temperatures for a range of foods, which should prove useful. Obviously, my first adventure into using the cooker has to be that classic, the fish supper, using the easiest ingredients possible from the freezer. However, first of all, I cycled it 5 times on air fry at 20 minutes to get rid of any oil and plastic smells. Whilst my purchase decision was influenced because I like the design, unfortunately the lid does not fully open under my kitchen cabinets, which is worth bearing in mind if you have limited counter space in your kitchen. Russel Hobbs recommend an air fry temperature of 200 degrees C for 25 minutes for the chips and the same temperature but only for 10 to 12 minutes for the fish. This compares with McCain's recommendations of 14 minutes for a 1700 watt air fryer at 200 degrees C, albeit after preheating the air fryer. When it comes to Bird's Eye's fish recommendations, it's 200 degrees C for a fan oven for 20 minutes. So a bit of a conundrum, particularly given the fact that the SatisFry has top and bottom heating elements, unlike many air fryers. In the end, I decided to try simply cooking both at 200 degrees C for 20 minutes and just see what happened. I also checked the energy consumed, which showed that the amount of watts used varies during the 20-minute cycle, with a high at the beginning and then levelling off a bit. Total watt hours consumed for fish and chips finished at 237. I added olive oil and salt after 10 minutes. The SatisFry pauses whilst the lid is up, which is good to know. Presumably that is what the button switch under the cooking pot is for. The end result was pretty much perfect given the ingredients. The chips were spot on, and whilst the fish could maybe have done with a couple of minutes more, it was just fine. Vinegar added, and although the fish and chips were understandably a bit drier than I'm used to, they were excellent, but then it is an air fryer. So lots of potential with this. I reckon the next few weeks of gastronomic experimentation should be a total hoot. It's all good.